Or what's up? I'm going to be doing a speed run of showing you of how to get every badge in the entire game in Stark Literature as of April 15th. So let's begin. Alpha tester. If you join in the alpha stage right now, you get the badge for free. Yeah. Beta tester and I can't read. Initiate creation or for later on in the game game's development. Vanguard Pursuit, though being vague, I interpreted it as getting 50 player kills, but that's actually not what you need. You need to kill 50 of any boss in the game, or have 50 boss kills total to get the badge. I am the second person for some reason to have it, ever. CRAWFISH King, in earlier openings of this game, when it was made public various times, there'd be 1,000 crawfish out here in the outside of spawn. It turns out they don't spawn anymore. But before that, there'd be 1,000 of them all across the map. You would get 1,000 of them, and you would get a skin for, I think, Memer? No, it was text label. Yeah, you would get this skin. You would use this one to count how much you had, and this is what you would get if you had the badge. Okay, it took me a minute to figure out how to pronounce this word. So, the Slayer of Xaltherion, or Xaltherion, alright. For that, that's very easy to get. You simply have to go to the boss menu, or the boss summoner, which is over here, I believe. Yes, right next to spawn. And then you would summon Xaltherion Prime and kill him. Any boss rank, but I've tested it with other boss ranks up to level 15, and it doesn't work for some reason. So I would just recommend doing it on one, because I don't think it just doesn't work on other boss levels. Dissipation. Dissipation is very easy. Well, it's the fragments. It's you gotta scavenge for little fragments across the world. There's 8 of them total. There was gonna be 10, but now it's 8. I had learned that the hard way, and my friend and I took 4 hours looking for the other 2 when there was only 8. So with this little handy dandy list here, there are 2 in spawn. There's gonna be one right in front of the tutorial board right here. You can just collect this one, it's right there. And then there's one on the outer edge of spawn. There's this outside ring facing towards the spaceship, which is gonna be behind us, I think. If we go from here, there's a spawner, and it would be over here. I am pretty sure the fragments randomize in color, so you'll never get the same color. Yeah. Now, if we go to the gyro over here, I need a faster mode. This is kind of slow. There's gonna be one below the core, or the core right there. It's gonna be somewhere over here. And here it is. So it'll be right here below the core. The other one, my friend found it. I was looking. I just kind of skimmed through this area without ever looking closely. There's gonna be one right here in the outer cracks behind the core in this little area, and you can get it. Now, if we go to the Green City, I don't really know the official name for this city. I just call it Green City because it's green. Now that we're at the Green City, there's going to be one of the fragments is on top of this cube over here. One way to get up here is what I've personally used is going into Supernova, and then just using its very high jump power to just get up here. And then you can also double jump to make it easier. And then there'll be one right here. You can barely see it, but it's right there. And then the other one, which took the longest to find, is on the very top of this tall tower. Perhaps the tallest thing in the entire game. Why didn't I look there first? I did. I just never looked hard enough. Now, hold on, let me get up here. This might take a minute. you make sure to time your jumps accordingly. Your double jumps, to be more precise. You make it up here with no problem. And here's the top fragment, just below the light, right here. Now, if we go to the next place, which is the spaceship, which is going to be, over there. Hold on, let me just go over there. Now that we're at the spaceship, which is going to be over here, next to the gyro and the spawn. The fragment is going to be in between the middle of a crevice, on top of the spaceship, or in the middle, right here. Just in between these rings, it'll be right here. Might have to go into mayhem or a mode that isn't flying to get it. Now, for the next place, I call it the dev place. It's more like the credits area, but it's gonna be over here. Not that we're at the dev place or the credits area. I don't know what it's called. It's just the developers who worked on the game, like Sid and Pap. Don't know you. Sorry. It's gonna be up here, in front of the window. It's pretty easy. And you're good. And that should be all 8 fragments. And yeah, that's just how to get Dissipation. Now for the next badge, False Rapture. I don't know if we can get this now, but it doesn't seem like it. You would get, I think, precisely 500,000 crystals, or 250,000. No, it was like 500,000. And purchase this one skin for corruption. I'm not. Oh yeah, it's 250. You need 250,000 crystals to get. I'm not reading that name. This skin. It's the most bottom skin in corruption. You would get this skin, and you would get False Rapture. But I don't know if this is attainable. You might be able to get it just in time. Now for the next badge, let me just put it over that. Now for the next badge, Curse of Binding. You need to talk to a NPC at the Green City. But before you can do so, he'll ask you. Let me just go over there and show you. Now, if we go up here to the Green City, and around this corner, and while hugging the base of this tall tower, you go in between here and look very closely. There will be an NPC with rainbow boots. He's completely black. You interact with him, and you impromptu for 5 million crystals. You must have 5 million crystals in order to get the badge. You would get the badge by clicking sure while having 5 million to get it. The easiest way I found to get 5 million crystals for this badge is to kill Xaltherion 5 times at rank 1. It took a while to beat him. Well, we did kill him legitimately the first time, and then we just kind of gave up because of how long it would take to kill him. It took us like an hour to kill him, just at level 1, just the 2 of us in Lightspeed. Lightspeed is the recommend mode for killing him currently, but for us, at some point, we realized we could just summon the boss and guide him up the ramp. Let me wait for him to spawn. Also, he is a very annoying, unsound balanced. Yeah, I don't know if this is on purpose, but the sound is horrendously loud, so I recommend turning off your volume for this boss. Now, if you go into Mayhem and bring him up here to spawn, where you spawn, right, and just spam left click or auto left click, you'll be able to kill him in no time. And since you have temporary immunity for about 5 seconds, you can kill him, get some good damage in. Let me actually, yeah, this is gonna take a bit. Hold on, let me get my glitter out. Okay. Now that that's settled, like, Jesus Christ. Upon getting the badge, you actually unlock. Oh, let me just make a correction. Killing the boss actually gives you the skin, not the badge. You unlock a skin for Catastrophe, named Xaltherion Dark Void. And that's kind of it. Some extra aura along to go with your badge. That's it. That's the tutorial for Delima. For now, at least. I don't know if I just came out of the blue to make this tutorial because I didn't see any other tutorial on the fragments or anything else, so I just wanted to specify some things. That's kind of it. We are. Also, there's a new badge called Time Traveler. I do not know how to get it, and I presume it is only accessible to developers currently. So there won't be a tutorial for that either until later. A little precursor to the entire tutorial. Go to settings and then click this button and you'll be teleported to the old world of Delima V3. And there you go. Now we can continue the tutorial. Let's go in this direction over here. And there will be an NPC that we saw in Delima. He'll be right here. He'll ask you whether you want to speed jump boost. Click sure and get the jump boost. I recommend using Brilliance because you'll only be able to interact with him once. And then you want to go over here to this suspiciously tall structure which you can jump on. Go to the very top of this building. And then you find the guy. And to get the badge, simply interact with him. I kind of just one-shotted this. I didn't really expect. I guessed it worked. And that's how you get the Time Traveler badge. It came out today, literally 3 hours ago, so. I'm going to be the third victor. At least it made sense. Time Traveler, let's go. Okay, tutorial end.